Classes in session, MLB hitting the books show Tuesday, June 10th. Ian Cameron, Connor Mack, ready to get at it on a Tuesday. Big card, everyone in action tonight. No day games, which means we got a full slate of MLB tonight. So let's get right to it. First game on the card. We go in order, of course, of start time. Detroit and Baltimore. We've got Herder on the mound, the lefty. There's been a pitching change, by the way, here for the Tigers. And Cade, you are not the father. Cade Povich for the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore minus 130, home favorites, 9 the total here in this game. Baltimore playing a little bit better, but they're coming off the weekend series against the A's out there on the West Coast. For now, they do have the day off. That does help. I ain't laying a price with Baltimore yet. I know they showed a little bit of life, but not as a favorite am I interested in laying a price with Baltimore. I don't feel great about Herder for Detroit. His numbers are okay, not great. Tigers are kind of slumping a little bit. You know, they haven't been hitting nearly as much of late. So got really not much of anything here on this game. I left it alone. C-Mac, Tigers, Orioles.
I know. What's this fucking number? I'm tempted here with the Tigers. I mean, they haven't been playing awful lately. It's kind of been, win-loss. Their bullpen to me is the better, because I looked at this, even with Povich at home, our guy, Maury Cade Povich, has been pitching a little bit better. I don't trust him. Tigers still hit lefties well, even though it's been a little bit down this year, and I just don't trust this team, because I thought first 5 get to him, but, Tigers do have the better bullpen, and I don't trust this Orioles team just right now. This would happen before they went on their run, Babano, here, where they've won whatever, just 6 of 8, but maybe it was 3 weeks ago where it was similar to this. I forget the game. They were favorites. Everyone was like, and they lost. They got drilled. I wanted to go back and look that up. I didn't have time, but it was a lot similar to this line here with the Tigers today.
Yeah, I lean Tigers too, but there's other bets I like more, other games I like more, including this one, Miami-Pittsburgh. We've got Sandy Alcantara here for the Miami Marlins and Mitch Keller for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh minus 145 home favorites, and the total here sitting at 8 in this one. I'm just going against Sandy every time until proven otherwise, and I did that here. I actually laid a price with the Pirates. I don't do that very often, but the Pirates are a 500 team at home, and the Marlins are a disastrous 10-20 on the road. So all things considered, I said, actually, to lay minus 135 when I got it with Pittsburgh, it's worth it, in my opinion. Sandy Alcantara's been awful. We know that. He's given up 4 runs or more in 4 of his last 5 starts. They're 1-4 in his last 5 starts, a 7.27 ERA for Sandy in his last 5 starts. So we'll have to see how those struggles continue for him here. Mitch Keller struggled in his last start against Houston, but before that, he was on a run of giving up 3 runs or less in 4 straight starts. Prior to that bad outing against Houston, he'd actually been pitching pretty well here at PNC Park, and he's done good work against the Marlins in the past. So, yeah, I don't normally like laying a price with the Pirates, but I did. I'm on Pittsburgh here in this one. Lean a little bit to the over as well at 8, but I like the side more than the total here. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, it caught me, these teams have played. We got, an over yesterday. There's been kind of a bunch of overs dating back to last year. Sandy just hasn't been very good. He can't be backed, like you talked about. Pirates playing a lot better baseball. And Keller was a horrible last start. You got to think this is where he pitches a lot better at home. But I was getting to there could be runs, because this was a lean for me, the Marlins team total, under 3.5. I just think he's going to be a lot better today. It's basically even money. So that was the look for me in this game, because I kind of lean under in this one. I just don't know what good old Sandy we're going to get. I mean, it's just nothing's turned the corner. I keep saying this guy's got to be hurt, but he just keeps going out there. He seems to just get shelled, walk at people. This command's bad, and I'm like, I guess he's fine. Just stinking up a joint.
All right, I turned the mic volume up. Is that better? Someone was saying they couldn't hear me well. The mic volume, I turned it up a little bit.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it's that bad, but there you go. It should be fine now. All right, Cincinnati and Cleveland. Battle of Ohio here. We've got Andrew Abbott and Ciccone for Cleveland. Minus 110, 8.5. I like the Reds again. I cashed a big underdog winner with the Reds yesterday. I said, how can you be laying this with Cleveland? Cleveland's a solid team, but I don't ever trust them as far as laying a big number with them. Now, obviously, this is different. This is even money. So, but I like, I think Abbott's capable. I know he got roughed up a little bit last start, but I still think of him as one of the better arms in this Reds rotation. Cleveland's not exactly lighting it up offensively right now. I don't mind coming back to Cincinnati here at even money. I like the Reds here in this game. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, Reds win again, 4 straight. This price, I thought was a little bit. I think the Guardians, will bring it here. Those, and to lose again at home just was big. They just don't hit lefties well enough, and I hate Abbott's off that bad loss. Yep. I just think he could pitch.
I think he's better than that.
And maybe
back spot. I think.
Me too, but is he as good as his numbers are this year? I mean, I like him. His was really great before they gave up those 5 in his last start. So, man, Reds playing well. I'm off here. I kind of want to get on the Guardians. I can't do it. Off.
Cubs and Phillies, Colin Ray, Michael Abel, the pitching matchup here. We've got -110 even money both sides, 9.5 the total. I think we see runs here. I think the over is worth it. I took over 9.5. I still endorse it. Colin Ray is not as good as he started the season, and we're seeing it. He's coming back down to earth in a hurry. He's not got elite stuff, and we're starting to see it. His numbers have regressed. He's given up 12 runs in his last 10.2 innings. He's been crushed both times. Mick Abel is not someone that I think's got great stuff. I know he's only given up 1 run in the 11.1 innings, but let's be honest, he faced a Jays team back when the Jays were struggling. That's when they were not hitting the way they were, and the Pirates. Now you're facing a pretty good Cubs lineup. Neither bullpen's been great lately. So I think we see runs again here, Cubs and Phillies. Phillies weren't hitting, but certainly they started to get their bats going a little bit last night with the 4-3 victory over the Chicago Cubs. And we go from Wheeler and Boyd to 2 worse starters, in my opinion. So you go from 2 really good starters to 2 lesser starters, 2 capable offenses, 2 shaky up and down bullpens. So I like over here. Nothing on the side. I lost with the Cubs. It was frustrating. I still thought it was a good bet. It was a good price. Phillies were struggling, but Phillies pulled it out, came back and found a way. But I don't want the Cubs now. I mean, I liked them at the price last night. Now it's back to even money. It actually feels like it's cheap on Philly here at home. But, yeah, I'm going to pass on the side, just the over for me. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, I think there could be some runs of this game. I want to be on the Cubs, and because I like Nick Abel. This kid, he's a big prospect, obviously, 23 years old. And his first 2 starts were pretty easy, and he is back here at home. You talked about Pittsburgh and the Blue Jays were those 2 starts. But he's a guy that like when you go back to his numbers in AA, AAA, he walks. It's like 4 every game. Like that's going to be a problem. I think he gets tagged here a little bit. So I kind of like the over, but I like the Cubs because of this price. Their team total 4.5 is -120. I got a first 5 though, over 2.5 at +110. I think they get to Mick Abel here. All
right, there we go. Liking the Cubs team total even more here, Connor Mack.
Yeah, I just like the price. I got one +110. Maybe he shows again. We'll see.
Nats and Mets, Mackenzie Gore and Griffin Canning, the pitching matchup here in this one. We've got the Mets -150 home favorites, 7.5 the total here in this game. I still think Griffin Canning regression, quite honestly, is on the way. I still believe it. Even though he did have a better start last time against the Dodgers, 7 strikeouts. He's not this good, man. I'm telling you, he's not. There's going to be some turbulence going here for Griffin Canning. And right now, I like what I'm seeing from this Nationals team as far as their offense is starting to, percolate a little bit more. We'll see if that continues. There was it did get back the other way offensively, struggles against Texas, but before that, they were hitting a little bit. Mets are coming off that long-ass road trip, Dodgers and Rockies. I always like fading teams coming off Colorado. And Mackenzie Gore for the Nats has been terrific. 3 starts in a row where he's given up just 1 run over his last 19 innings of work. So you got to like what you're seeing right now from Mackenzie Gore for the Washington Nationals. I think this could be a live dog spot right now for the Washington Nationals. Mets coming off the long roadie. Griffin Canning is a favorite at this price. No, thank you. I think Washington could be live. Give me the Nats here. First 5, full game, money line, split. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, this is coming off that. And the Mets, one thing, though, they've been home has been good for them. I mean, this is where they've been. I think they're 24-7.
24-7.
Home.
Not today.
Been
though.
very, very good. Well, Gore too in this. He struggled the few starts the last couple of years in New York. Not crazy. He gave up 3 last year. I think he had 1 there. He gave up 4. But I think he could pitch decent here. I know. Griffin Canning. And he's this guy, just a new guy. Go to the Mets. You got to like and he likes it that he's been pitching home. He's been a lot better. But I thought there was some value here with the Nats. First 5 with Gore on the mound. So as a small dog.
All right, Tampa Bay
game with him. Can't do it.
Yeah, the bullpen's a little shaky. I understand if you only want the first 5 with them. All right, Tampa Bay, Boston. Ryan Pepio, Lucas Giolito, the pitching matchup. -115 home favorites, the Red Sox at Fenway, 9 the total. I'm coming right back to Tampa Bay. I cashed with them yesterday, and the Sunday night baseball fade comes through yet again. It was a wild one. They hung on, but they found a way in extra innings, Tampa Bay, to get the job done. I like Tampa. They're playing well. They're hitting well. They got the better pitcher in this matchup. Pepio's been good. Pepio's been really good on the road. In fact, I think you can argue Pepio's been even better on the road than he's been at home for this Rays team. So I would expect him to have a good chance to pitch well here. Giolito got absolutely destroyed last time we saw him by the LA Angels. So give me the Rays here, even money, -105. I'll do a little bit money line, a little bit team total, over 4.5 for this red-hot hitting Tampa Bay team. I'm going to split it up with both of those here. C-Mac, Rays, Red Sox.
Yeah, I think it's Rays get into that game. Just wild, too. The calls and the extras and back and forth. They blew it. They got to Pepio earlier this year at home. I remember, I think he gave up 6 in that start.
Yep.
It took him some time. I still wish they got the whole Glasnow deal for him, just because I thought at his age, and he could just give you a ton of innings. That wasn't really injury prone. But it is what it is. He's with the Rays now. I can't pitch at it. How do you want to get off the Rays, too, just with their bats? Because I think they're going to go cold here pretty soon. I mean, they're scoring a ton of runs. I think you just stay with them in this game as well. I agree.
All right, Atlanta Braves, Milwaukee Brewers. We've got Atlanta -125 road favorites, and the total here at 8.5. Well, they're a bad road team, but they did win last night. And I figured, look, I took a shot with the Brewers, saying, you know what, I just think there's value. They're a bad road team, but look, Sale was really good, and Atlanta was able to get the win there in that game last night. Now they're only laying a -125 price, and Grant Holmes has definitely been someone that's pitched better than I expected. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop when it comes to Grant Holmes, but he's pitched pretty solid. He did struggle a bit last time, though, against Arizona. He labored through 3.1 innings, 3 runs, 4 hits. Priester, meanwhile, for Milwaukee, you look at what he's done in the month of May. He's been pretty solid, 3 runs or less in all 4 starts, 5-6 innings. I lean Brewers again. I'm not laying a price with Atlanta on the road, but I don't like it as much tonight because the price is a little bit closer to where it should be. And look, Grant Holmes has been better than I thought. I just think I'm not laying with Atlanta and Grant Holmes on the road. Just so I lean Milwaukee, but I haven't bet it. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, I can't take the Braves. I mean, they won yesterday, not with Grant Holmes at this price. I think there's the value here with the Brew Crew, with Priester. It's a little bit of his matchup. He could get hit by this Braves lineup. That's why I just had to keep this game elite. He's just continued to pitch well. I mean, at least to start. Like I'm worried he's going to get hit. And it's a big thing with the Brewers. Even back late, they were hitting in this last 4 or 5 games. Bats kind of just got cold, and they didn't do anything yesterday either. So, yeah, Brew Crew lean.
The only one who could ever teach me was the son of a Priester man. Yeah, that's Quinn Priester right there for the Brewers. Yeah, I lean to them here as well. All right, next up, we've got Texas and Minnesota. Tyler Mahle, Simeon Woods Richardson, the pitching matchup. We've got Minnesota -125, home favorites, 9 the total in this game. Mahle is untouchable in Texas at Globe Life Park there. He's been phenomenal. Now, he's been a little bit more susceptible on the road lately. If you look at he's had a good season overall, Tyler Mahle, but on the road he's been hit a little bit. That does concern me. I'm not the biggest fan of Woods Richardson right now for the Minnesota Twins, but he's been capable, especially here at Target Field. We'll see if that success continues. Twins have cooled off after that crazy red-hot run. Texas still just a miserable 11-22 on the road. So I didn't bet this game. I think it's a tricky one. I think you could say at Texas. I lean under for sure. I don't know if I trust these two offenses, but I definitely don't really want to back Texas on the road. But at the same time, Woods Richardson's not one of my favorites. So, yeah, I stayed off this game. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm not on this game, but I mean the Twins here a little. I think Woods Richardson could pitch well. I mean, he got shelled. They sent him down. I just think he is kind of what he is. He went 5-5 last year with a 4 ERA. It's a little higher because of that last outing. Now he's back. The Rangers just can't hit anything. They did nothing. Not a beach ball. I don't trust them. Molly's finally gave up. Had a few, which we thought some regression was coming in his last few starts where he's given up 3 or 4. So, yeah, I lean under. I thought this total was high, but maybe they get some runs here, but under for me.
Yankees and Royals, Max Fried and my fellow Cameron, Nick Cameron here for the Kansas City Royals. We've got the Yankees minus 190. The Yankees rather minus 190, 8.5 the total here in this game. Not Nick Cameron, sorry, Noah Cameron for the Kansas City Royals. He's been, I didn't expect him to be this fucking good. My goodness. I mean, he's given up 1 run or less in all of his starts going back to April 30th. 0.85 ERA. He's been absolutely tremendous. Now he's facing, obviously, a Yankee team that's been good against lefties this year. So this will be a little step up for Noah Cameron, but he's passed every test so far. And obviously it goes without saying that if you take out the one bad start at against the Dodgers, Max Fried's been lights out for the New York Yankees. So this feels like an under all the way. Between these two teams. So I would lean that way with the Yankees and Royals under. And I love the way Fried's pitching. Don't get me wrong. And the Yankees, obviously, are coming off the 2 games they lost in a row to Boston. So I'd expect them to have a good bounce back. But you are talking about laying a big price here. And Noah Cameron and the Royals, he's given his team a chance to win every time. So, I did get tempted to take Kansas City at this price, but I ended up not doing it. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, this is the class. I mean, all the money's on the under. This is moved up to 8.5. I'm thinking these guys, I think it's because, Fried's just been so dominant other than the Dodgers start. And Noah Cameron's, I think, he's been really, really good. For a guy who usually walks 2 or 3 and strikes out 3, he's been excellent. One thing is the year he had in the minors, where he went like 3-10, he had a 6 ERA. Was that kind of an anomaly? Like his other starts in the minors, his other years before this were pretty good. He had been injured at times. So it's like, I don't know, we see more of that. I think so. Yankees, of course, have been great against lefties pretty much all year. So, but I think the value here is with the Royals. I think this price is huge with them at home. So I kind of like the plus 175.
All right, Blue Jays, Cardinals. We've got Chris Bassett, Miles Michaelis, the pitching matchup here. St. Louis minus 130, home favorites, 8 the total in this game. I disagree with the movement both ways in this game. I disagree with this much movement towards St. Louis, where Toronto opened a road favorite. Now St. Louis is a home favorite. And I disagree with the under move big time. Toronto's a machine to the over right now. 9-1 to the over. It was a best bet on the show yesterday. Blue Jays, Cardinals over. Both bullpens have been taxed and worked hard lately, and you can see it. Neither of these bullpens are holding leads late in games the last few. So you got red-hot lineups, good lineups. Blue Jays have been crushing at the plate. Cardinals have been above average offensively lately. Both bullpens are spent, dog-tired, exhausted, overworked, and not reliable to hold the lead late. So why are the people in love with the under so much tonight? I don't get it. I'm going against that move, and I don't mind doing it. C-Mac, what do you think?
I'm shocked by this move, too. I mean, we're going to get a pitcher's duel with these two teams. There's just been overs and hitting the baseball well. I don't know. And Bassett's like, it seems like he's going to pitch well he was giving up 5. Like, that's just – and Michaels has been that way too. I don't trust them as well. This one's a little bit of a head scratcher because it has definitely dropped, especially the last like just hour or so. This total, I mean, because it was hanging 8.5 for most of the day. But I like the Cardinals here to bounce back. It's moved out a little bit too far at -125, and it's tough just to go Blue Jays. I mean, you talked about no runs early, bullpens blowing late. I mean, runs galore gets over 4-4, then 5-4 to get over, and I just don't trust them too. I know like some of the numbers, these arms in the pen have been pretty solid, but for both teams. But I don't buy it. I don't think they're very good, these bullpens.
No, these bullpens are up, and they've all been worked hard too. All the Cardinal, look at Helsley again yesterday. Couldn't hold the lead there for the Cardinals. Hoffman's been pitching a shit ton lately out of the bullpen, the closer for the Jays. So, yeah, and that's probably a reason for it that Vladdy Guerrero's not in the lineup. But that's why some of the betting market movements in baseball are stupid. People know that have been watching the Jays. He's not been hitting all that great, Guerrero. They've been crushing the ball in spite of Vladimir Guerrero.
Bo Bichette's coming around. Yeah. Barger, Kirk, he had the big bomb yesterday.
Prime them all off. They're all hitting way better than Vlad Guerrero right now.
Yeah, Kirk Springer's got good numbers too.
Springer is. Yeah, they're all crushing the ball way better. So people, that's a bunch of nonsense that just because Vlad Guerrero's out, this game's going to go under. That's the stupidest, silliest thing I've seen in a long time. So yeah, as you can tell, I disagree with the move. I like over here. And I think Michaelis is due for regression. I know he's had a better season than expected, but like I said, he's facing a confident lineup here tonight. And Bassett's not trustworthy. Bassett's kind of all over the place. He can be good, and he can be hit around a little bit as well. All right, next up, we've got, let me just see here. Oh, White Sox and Astros. We got Seth Smith, Lance McCullers Jr., the pitching matchup here. Houston -170, home favorites, 7.5 the total. I'm tempted by the White Sox here. I really am. Now, I know McCullers has started to turn a corner. It was a rough beginning for him rejoining this rotation. I'm not ready, though, to lay -150, though, or -170, I should say, with McCullers, though, here in this spot, even though he is starting to make some inroads here for the Astros with his recent start. And his last start against the Pirates was very, very good, but it was the Pirates. Shane Smith, meanwhile, he's given the White Sox a chance to win. Most times he's been out there. 3 runs or less in 4 of his last 5 starts. They've won 2 in a row, believe it or not, the White Sox with Shane Smith on the mound. So I think I am going to dabble here. A little pizza money on the White Sox at this price. Probably more on the first 5 because we're always a little bit leery of their bullpen. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, I just can't take the Astros at this price. I mean, Smith's been pretty good. I mean, he's just going out there and it seems like he's eating 5 or 6 innings. And the White Sox bats have been better. Brendan Tenney's been all right. When I look at this fucking lineup, though, it makes me always want to just vomit. I mean, God, it sucks. You see this fucking thing?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it's tough. Yeah, but there's just no way I could take the Astros. I mean, they're 7 games over 500. And I'm not very high on them. I guess. They're playing decent baseball, but I could take them here. I lean under, too.
All right, we move on to Coors Field. We got San Francisco, Colorado. We got that's Shane Smith, but I keep saying Seth Smith. Shane Smith for the White Sox. Kyle Harrison, and we've got Palmquist here for the Colorado Rockies in this one. It is San Francisco, as you'd expect, -200 favorites here, -220, 11 the total. You know what? San Francisco in this price range with a losing road record. I don't want any part of it. That being said, they have won 5 in a row, and they're starting to heat up again. And they have owned Colorado 8-1 in the last 9 meetings over Colorado. So it's one of these deals where I still don't want to take Harrison and the Giants at this price. But I don't trust Colorado or Carson Palmquist enough for the Colorado Rockies. Put it this way, the Rockies are 0-4 in his last 4 starts, and he has an 80 ERA during that span. So this is a pass for me. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, I got a pass here. Rockies win 3 games. They come back home. I think they could be live here. I kind of like the under. Palmquist is a better pitcher than what he's fucking been. I mean, it's at least shown it, or he's 24 years old in the minors. It's just because he's just gotten shelled I just don't trust both of these lineups, but it is Coors Field. I kind of like the under here in this game, 5-6 or even first three a little bit. But I just worry we could get runs. I couldn't go full game. As much as the Giants bullpen's been good, Rockies still are horrible. So yeah, I lean under here in Rockies.
All right, A's and Angels. We've got the Angels -145 home favorites, 9 the total. Spence versus Soriano, the pitching matchup here in this game. You look at the Angels with Soriano on the mound. He's been not nearly as effective and sharp lately. Got hammered by Boston in his last start, and he's been good at Angel Stadium, though. He's been at least, better, I should say, at Angel Stadium. We'll see how he fares here. Mitch Spence, he got roughed up a couple of starts in a row, but bounced back strong with a good outing against Minnesota. We'll see how he fares here in this one. The A's, obviously, they've actually a respectable 3-2 in their last 5 games. They did lose the opener last night, 7-4. The Angels, they have a 13 and they've pretty much got an identical home and road record. The A's have actually been better on the road. So I actually lean to the A's slightly, maybe first 5 in this one, but and a lean to the over. But like I said, that's just don't feel strongly about it. But I do lean over. I'm not betting A's games under. So until further notice, over or pass in A's games, because we know that bullpen can blow up at any minute.
Oh, yeah. I mean, until there's a change. I don't know. I mean, it happened yesterday where there's runs late. Both these bullpens.
Yeah.
So if you don't get them early, I think Soriano has a better start. I mean, he just got drilled his last one. He's had some pretty good starts. He had an earlier one just last month in May where he gave up 3 runs. So I kind of lean over as well. I just hate the Angels at this price. You kind of have to look team total, something like that in this game.
All right, next up, we've got the Dodgers and Padres. What a game it was last night between these two. Always seems to be a great game when it's these two teams, especially in the regular season. And once again, it delivered. Unfortunately for me, I was on the Padres yesterday, but they fell short. Tonight, they throw Dylan Cease on the mound. The Dodgers, it's going to be a reliever by committee, it looks like, for them tonight in this game. We've got the Padres -120, home favorites. The total here sitting at 8 pretty much across the board. Go back and look at Dodgers versus Padres at Petco the last year and a bit. Over, 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 over. Every game's gone over. It's just crazy. It's you put these two teams. I think we kind of hinted at that yesterday when we talked about Dodgers Padres. Every game has been an over game. This is actually my free play at Odd Shopper, and I know CMAC is residing at Odd Shopper as well. I like the over here. I don't think it changes. I think both bullpens are vulnerable. Dodgers have a ton of pitching injuries anyway right now. That bullpen's depleted. I don't think either bullpen is trustworthy late. Cease does not have a good track record against the Dodgers. You see what they did to him in the playoffs last year?
Yeah.
They destroyed him. So I don't trust Cease to go out there and shut down, one of the better lineups in baseball that the LA Dodgers have. But the Dodgers are going to be throwing out a bunch of bullpen guys, a bullpen that's been ravaged because they have to go deeper into it because of all the pitching injuries. So I think San Diego at home, where they hit the ball better, can do damage. How is this total only 8? Give me the over. CMAC, what do you think?
Yeah, it seems like it's just been a rough year for Cease. Seems like the Dodgers can get at least 3 off him. And I'm still waiting on their lineup. But obviously they have some good numbers. And basically a bullpen day for the Dodgers. So, yeah, we get more runs in this. At this price, games could probably going to be close. This is when maybe I bet live. It's late. I think there's value, though, with the Dodgers. So this is one I'm going to wait on.
Yeah, they've recalled Matt Sauer from AAA, who's going to get the lion's share of the duty early for the Dodgers pitching in this one. He's got a 3.05 ERA in AAA, which is not
He
great.
can't go.
It's not great. Yeah.
It is okay. And he's even down there, he's going 2 innings sometimes. 3, he's been kind of spot. So I don't think he goes more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably not going to see him extend himself too much. All right, final game. This is probably going to keep the over theme intact here. Mariners and Diamondbacks with Evans against Fott. We've got The Diamondbacks minus 135, home favorites. This total opened 8.5. It went through 8.5. It went through 9. It's 9.5 now. And I agree with it, but it's something now you get worried now when it's moved this much. But here again, both bullpens shockingly shaky, of late. Both bullpens have kind of struggled here in recent games. The Mariners bullpen, 5.84. Arizona bullpen, 4.81 ERA. Neither of them that great. You look at Logan Evans here for the Seattle Mariners. He's been solid, but still, I think in this ballpark against this lineup, decent matchup, I think, for Arizona. And then Brandon Pfaadt's just been a disaster area. I don't know how else to say it. He's given up 14 runs in his last 3 innings. He gave up 8 runs and didn't record an out 2 starts ago against Washington. And then he wasn't any better against Atlanta. 6 runs in 3 innings. There's something wrong. It's got to be something wrong physically right now with Brandon Pfaadt for the Arizona Diamondbacks for him to be this terrible. So we can only look over, or at least me. I can only look over in this game. CMAC, Seattle, Arizona.
Yeah, last night I almost added it late. It just got a little bit, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes before first pitch. And I was like, I would take the Mariners. You talked about a little bit, their team total under the 3.5. I was like, nah, I'm going to stay off. If I do, I got to go first 5. And then they came up 4 in the 9th. Classic. Yeah. You mentioned it. Yeah. Holy shit. I even would have to change to first 5. Then in the end, I stayed off. And then that happened. And I was like, well, there we go. Yeah, Brandon Pfaadt, can this guy get right here? He's just been shelled. I mean, normally, even at home a little bit lately. This is normally where we want to back him. But I can't do it. And that was a big slam to win the game. But I'd be on Arizona, I guess, or nothing. I can't do it right now. But no.
There you go. Yeah. No. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. For the Arizona Diamondbacks. All right. Jack of the day time for this Tuesday. Dinger Tuesday, as a lot of people like to call it in Major League Baseball. CMAC, home run props. What are you liking?
I don't have a ton so far. I'm going to be on late. I was thinking maybe in that he's been cold, like Ohapi. Is Ty France. I was looking at him. His number's huge. I think it's like 750. But he's been getting a bunch of RBIs. But I'm on Wilson Contreras here. I think it's plus 600. Finally been hitting. I think he's hit 9 of 10. He's had a ribby in 8 of 10. Finally getting hot for the Cardinals. So I'm definitely on that one, plus 600.
Good stuff there. For me, as far Pete Alonso's homered against, even though I like Gore, Pete Alonso has homered against him, so I would maybe look in that direction. In the
Dodgers too, off Cease. Cease is the long ball giver up. Oh, yeah. So that I need to look at the numbers there. I might be on one there.
Springer's red hot, and he has one against Michaelis. So George Springer at plus 550 for the Blue Jays. I mentioned Rhys Hoskins has homered in the past for Milwaukee. 1 home run and 2 appearances against Grant Holmes. So Rhys Hoskins from Milwaukee might be a good target here as well. And you mentioned there's some late games. Brent Rooker has homered against Soriano. So there's a good one. Brent Rooker for the Athletics. Ohtani's got 3 bombs against Dylan Cease in the past. So he's the clear standout choice there. Make no mistake about it in that game. As well. Cal Raleigh has done very big damage against some of the pitches that Pfaadt features the most. So this could be another Cal Raleigh night in the mix here for the Mariners to go deep against a struggling Brandon Pfaadt. So those are some of the ones I took here tonight as far as home run props. All right, let's wrap it up with best bets for this Tuesday. CMAC, best bet. What do you got?
Real quick for the Nats, look for Ruiz or Lowe. Lowe's got a couple homers in that game. I wanted to touch on that versus the Mets. I just need to look at the numbers. Yeah, I think for the late game, I might go that A's Angels back to the over, but I'll go here. Cardinals. I took it at minus 115. It's up now, like minus 122. I'm on the Cards. St. Louis. Bingo.
There we go. St. Louis to bounce back after a tough one last night against Toronto for best bet for Connor Mack. My best bet for tonight, good one yesterday. We had the Blue Jays Cardinals over yesterday. See if we can keep it rolling tonight. Let's go to that Dodgers Padres in the late night hours. Over 8, -115. To me, this is a series that's been overs at Petco. Dylan Cease has not fared well against this Dodgers lineup. San Diego hits better at home than on the road, and they're facing a slew of relievers. Surely they'll be able to do enough damage, and neither bullpen's been reliable lately. So all kinds of factors that point to 8 being just too low for this matchup. So Dodgers Padres over 8, -115 for my best bet. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Joey Moses, Nasty Nate, good to see you. Jerry Davis, J Main 34, J Stone 9, Gold Jew, Steven Jackson, Dram Yankee, Old E, LA Matchin. We've got Mark A. Appreciate everyone here. Redbeard, Gerald Jones, Chosen One, Andrew G, S.A. Padilla, Chosen One. Like I said, everyone here, we appreciate it. NY2BM, Brian Elfring, Lee Walker, appreciate everyone joining. Timothy Hake, hit the like button on the way out. We appreciate it very much. We're back with you tomorrow, Wednesday, same time. So join us then. For Connor Mack, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Tuesday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. And we will be back with you tomorrow on Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific for another edition of the MLB Hitting the Books show. Until then, class dismissed.